Yeah, you and your twerking stormtroopers you sent me on Facebook. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Constant Collectible. We are on episode 5 of Spoil It. Tonight we're going to talk about Westworld Season 1, Episode 8, and Star Wars Rebels Season 3, Episode 8. I'm Simon.
And I'm Chad.
Yes, you are. And
so are we discussing Episode 8 or Episode 9?
I thought it was 8. Or was that last week?
That was last week.
Oh, gosh. Then I've got typos everywhere.
My
bad.
That's all right. Let's keep going.
All right, let's go. So which one do you want to start with?
Let's go 9. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Okay, I said 9, but yeah, I didn't dictate which. Yeah.
I know. I'm like just waiting. 9. Okay.
Yeah.
9.
9. Numero 9.
Oh, that means I got changed.
Yeah. Let's start off with some Westworld, and we'll finish up with some Star Wars Rebels. So.
Okay. So you watched it before me, and I watched it that night. I was a little tired. Nodded off, woke up right at the big reveal. And man, what a reveal.
Now, which reveal are you referring to?
I'm talking about the loving Arnold scenario.
Okay.
That one. You're all, oh, okay. Did I fall asleep and miss something? Is that what you're saying?
Well, did you see what happened to Jeffrey Wright?
No, maybe I didn't. Maybe I did fall asleep. Now I got to go back and watch it. I know. Spoil it. Come on, Chad. Spoil it.
Well, you watched part of the episode, so you saw that he cornered Ford in that basement, right?
Oh, you mean this Jeffrey Wright?
I don't know. I can see you.
Oh, you mean this Jeffrey Wright?
Yes.
Okay, I did see that. Yes. Sorry, my bad. It took me a while. Like I said, I was tired.
Okay. So, all right. Continue, please.
All right. So, what a trip. I mean, did we talk about the fact that he possibly we did, didn't we? Some kind of conscious loading into one of those hosts. Didn't we talk about that before?
We brought something up of that. Yes, they could have taken the consciousness of one person and put them into a host's body.
That is true. We did chat about that. I kind of struggled with this episode. And I don't know if it's because it had been building and building and building, and then this episode was just slow for me to get into, or I was just tired in general. It probably was because I'm tired, because there was some really cool things going on in this episode alone, with everybody's little stories. You know, with what we had with Dolores and Billy. Don't call me Billy. Where you had stuff going on with, Jeffrey Wright's character. Where you had stuff going on with the Man in Black and Cyclops. I can't remember his character's name. But James Marsted's character. Yes, Teddy. Yes, thank you. There was some really cool stuff. So let's stick with Jeffrey's story. So, I mean, the fact that we know that he was a host, we know who created him, but we also know who the partner is. In Arnold. I think it's fascinating how now, we have a host basically commit suicide, because he's told to commit suicide. I'm wondering where this goes from there as far as the future aspect of the show, because I believe if you look at IMDb, I think we get him for all 10 episodes, so we'll get a little flashback. We have to.
We'll get something.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the dilemma I'm facing, and that is Jeffrey Wright. Was he also a partner? Because
Gotcha.
remember the final scenes with Dolores.
Yes.
He walks in and she's asking for answers basically, but he can't give them because he is basically a memory of hers, and he's told her, "You killed me."
That's right. Yeah, because you killed Arnold, and then that's when it was like,
Yeah.
dun dun dun.
So, is there an actual Arnold? Was Arnold actually Jeffrey Wright?
Yeah.
I
Gosh,
know you're. I
again,
know you're online looking things up. I can see your eyes.
I was looking at how many episodes Jeffrey Wright is in, and he is in all 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to confirm that
Sure.
that was correct. So yes, Bernard is in all 10, or Arnold, or some version. Who knows? If we Okay, so let's back up though too, because as Anthony Hopkins basically allows him to see his past story, there is a part in it where even what's her name, the director who he killed in uh,
Was
the
it Teresa?
last, yes, Teresa. There's a moment where she freezes in his dream, and he says, it's almost like he says a command, and then she freezes, and then he gets up and steps away from the bed. So I'm like, is that part of the dream? Because it's more of a thought, and so everything froze except for him and what he was trying to convey his thoughts as, or was she also one? I mean, this show plays with my mind, and every turn there's something new.
Right. One of the other possibilities that we have to look at, and I think this is what um, Bernard truly is. I've been thinking about this the last couple days, obviously, but I think when Ford made Bernard, he was remaking Arnold, not in Arnold's original self-image, whatever. But when he made Bernard, he remade Arnold in his vision, and so that he would once again have a partner to, run the park,
I
do it the
gotcha.
way he wanted to, not the way Arnold did.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. I can see that happening also. And then who knows? Maybe there is a little bit of that extra sci-fi in it, where a conscious can be loaded into a computer because of that end scene where he's telling Dolores, you killed Arnold, you killed me. So I don't know. I mean, the show just gets more and more intriguing. Um, and
My
we're
big
so
concern is,
close.
I'm hoping we're not seeing too much too soon.
Yeah,
Every week there's something that's awesome. It blows your mind. It really gets us talking and thinking about things. But at the same token, I'm kind of going, look, it's great to have these things, but I like the action. I like what's going on. But what I don't want is I don't want everything laid out in front of me in one season.
yeah. So then there's nothing left the next season.
Right.
Because I mean, this with episode 9, and then we've got one more after that, and then that's it. That's the season. You know. I mean, there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Um, we need to see where Maeve is going. That's the other story that is happening in here. Um, she basically, I mean, she is what you would think Bernard would be, you know, um, but she's kind of starting to turn into our, I don't know what you want to call her, but our evil genius, I guess.
Right.
um, she's pulling in Hector. I mean, there's that scene where it's like, no, you've been through this over and over and over again, so let's change this. Let's go to hell. Well, how do you get to hell? Oh, that's the easy part. And she kicks over the lantern
Yeah.
and basically burns them to death. So then that way they can both wake up in, the whatever you want to call it.
The butcher
I don't
shop.
know. Yeah, but thank you, the butcher shop. Because at that point, then she can manipulate things on that end, and then get him to start realizing things. Is my guess. And are we gonna? I don't know. Every turn this thing goes, it's like, can we go this way? Can we go that way? But I'm with you. I don't want to know too much. I want to sit here and get angry because I have to wait a year for the next season, and we can just speculate till then. It is a good show.
Yeah, there's a lot of complexities, and of course, with this episode, we learned too that when Ford was out there in the desert area looking at that buried church steeple, we found out that that town was actually buried.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just it's flat land and there's just old steeples just sitting there, but that entire town was actually just buried.
Yes, it was buried. And what we start to see is that is part of the Marsden storyline, the Dolores storyline, and the what's that character they're trying to call him? The
Wesley?
other, yes, which if we are to believe things, that Wesley actually is Marsden's character. That's probably one of his original characters. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how it came across, because when you have the man in black captured by those mountain men, I guess you want to call them, with the one girl who says, "Oh, I work for so and so," and she's like, "Oh, is that what you really remember?" And then all of a sudden you get this flashback where he's killing everybody in the town. Um, I don't. It just gets. I don't know. There is the underlying theme of Alice in Wonderland, and we continue to go down this rabbit hole constantly. And I like it because you know down is up and up is down in this whole show. Half the time I don't remember which timeline I'm watching. I'm like, is this now? Is this the past? Is this the future? And I love that about the show.
Yeah, and I like the fact that so much was revealed this past episode. I mean, um, when the man in black, was almost hung by his horse, the black chick from corporate shows up. She was there watching the entire time.
That was great. I loved
Yeah,
that.
and then he's just telling, look, I don't want to be disturbed and tired of this crap. Do whatever you want with Ford. I don't care. But there's another part of this game that I'm trying to, finish. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
So we do know that he is actually in charge of corporate. So he's the head dude. Gosh, what else did we find out? There's so much stuff that just was going on, but
I know I need to rewatch it.
What's that?
I need to rewatch it. Maybe a
Yeah.
couple of times.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm definitely gonna have to go back this weekend and rewatch this one. I've been saving them because my wife went, "You're not gonna delete these, are you? Because I'm starting to watch this now." Okay.
Yeah.
But and of course we learned that yes, it was Jeffrey Wright's character Bernard, who killed Elsie, which I was a little disappointed in that. I thought we'd see maybe more of her, or she was being kept hostage someplace.
Yeah, I was kind of
Something.
hoping she was still alive, just like you
Yeah.
were, that somebody else tied in with that storyline kind of presents themselves. And then hopefully that would have led into next season. Instead, it's like, okay, yeah, she's dead. We're, we're,
Yeah,
we're done.
it's a little weak how they did it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's been just a couple disappointments, but um, yeah, and of course he was the Man in Black was behind the whole corporate espionage. He knew about it,
Yes.
you know. So I'm anxious to see what they actually do about the maze. I mean, all things point that Arnold is dead, that he was killed. But for some reason, I don't know. I just get this funny feeling and thought in my head that either he's not dead and he's hiding someplace, in the center of this maze or whatever, or he's been uploaded to a host.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's so many things that they could take this. Yeah, and you're right. So much was revealed in this episode alone. Um, I mean, I can't even remember half the stuff, and I
Well,
do
one
need
of
to
the other
go
things
back.
too, if you recall, William, his not William, yeah, Billy. He keeps calling him Billy.
Call me Billy.
Don't call me Billy. Um, his brother-in-law pulls out that picture, the picture that Dolores' dad found of the girl standing like in Times Square, and that's his wife.
Yes. Yeah.
So things are starting to become, or coming full circle, I should say.
Hmm.
So we're seeing more and more. And then, of course, when his brother-in-law woke up from being drunk or whatever, and Billy had dismembered all those
That was
hosts.
awesome.
Oh, it's like, oh my gosh! I mean, it's almost very cannibalistic.
Yes, which leaves me to consistently believe that he is our Man in Black because he
Right.
knows, So, and that's why sometimes I kind of get lost in the time frames.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes to discern between the two, but yeah, it's such a good show. It really is. I'm just hoping that they're keeping some things back. That they're keeping some of the mystery there. I don't want this entire season just to be, the best. I want this to continue. I mean, they've talked about 5 seasons at least, and so let's continue it.
Yeah.
Let's make it look good.
Yeah, I would like to see it. And like we've talked before, I would like to see it expand into some other territories, into some other worlds. We have this underlining new story that's coming. What is that? Um, there's still a lot of threads that need to be brought together. And we have one episode, so they can't do all of it. And so it will bleed over into the next season, and I just hope they keep it running. I hope they keep us guessing. I hope they keep us wanting to watch, and I'm sure HBO does too.
Yeah, I'm sure you're correct.
I usually am. No, I'm just kidding.
Not really.
So this episode, the well-tempered, what was it, well-tempered, I can't remember what it was called. Oh well, but episode 9. So we have one more to go before the end, and only 10. So we'll see what happens, and I cannot wait. We'll probably get what 10 next season as well, which I'm okay with. 10's a good number.
Yeah, I mean it's in relatively it's a short season, but
Yeah,
as long as it's quality, I'm okay with it.
I am too. You're basically getting a what, like 5 movies. So all right. Do you have any predictions of what the next one's going to look like?
Oh man, No,
No. Okay.
no.
Part of
I
me, part of me thinks we're. I know we kind of got it in the episode where he had the kid open his face,
yeah.
but I really want to see something with like James Marsden's character that it finally just pops off like it did in the movie with Yul Brenner's character. Um, I think that would be kind of cool. That'd be a neat little nod. But who knows? I don't know. Man, it's such a good show. And of course, there's no synopsis. Nothing's been released yet, so who knows what we're gonna get. But let's all right. Let's go to a galaxy far, far away. Let's go over to Star Wars because this episode. I'm sorry, but when you get these two knuckleheads together, you know, um, they crack me up.
Oh, Hondo.
Yes, when you get Hondo and you get oh god, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Um, Hold on, I'm gonna look at it because I want to get this right. It is um, as Morgan.
That's what?
Okay, I almost fell for it. I'm sorry, but when you put James Hong and Jim Cummings together, going back and forth with the voices that they do, it cracks me up. I mean, James Hong alone, I think, is amazing. That guy has a great career, in everything that he has done. Um, and I like his As Morgan character. It's hilarious. Um, and the manipulation that Hondo constantly does
Oh yeah.
is great. And there was a line in it where it talked about friendship, and you have Kanan allowing Ezra to go through this, and allowing him to realize what a friend actually is. And it's not Hondo, you know. I think that's kind of cool.
Well, I'm not sure that it's really letting him. I think he's having to purposely let him because it's not like if Canyon went, you can't talk to this guy. He knows he's going to rebel.
Mhm.
Uh, and I don't personally. I'm getting very sick and tired of Ezra as it is. I don't like the character. It started out okay. The character started out okay. I was fine with it, but the more this character goes on, the more annoyed I get with it because he reminds me so much of the whiny Anakin Skywalker.
I knew that was coming.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Give me something that's fun. Give me something that's it's a Disney character. Yes, I understand he's a Padawan. He's a Force sensitive. He's learning to become a Jedi. But give me something that's somewhat original and it's not this whiny little character. I don't know.
Yeah. He's had some better episodes, um, in past seasons. And I don't know. The main two for me in this episode, though, was Hondo and was as Morgan. Um, I mean, the whole episode was their episode. Everybody else was backstage to those guys. Um, and it's interesting, like I said, the manipulation that constantly goes with that. But what I would like to see from this show is kind of get away from always having Hondo show up every so often.
Right.
Let's build some other characters. Let's bring in some characters that we may encounter in Rogue, what we eventually will see in A New Hope. Let's get some more of those.
Well, and they keep teasing us that Darth Maul is supposed to be a big person or heavily involved in this season. So is Thrawn. So is my gosh, a
Mm-hmm.
couple other characters, but we keep coming back to these little tiny sideshows, I call them,
Yeah.
within the main storyline. It's like, okay, let's keep the storyline going. Let's do something interesting here. So this one wasn't too bad. I liked it. It was comical. I liked the whole premise of the security droids. So I like the fact that, and we didn't talk about this episode too much either, was the other one with the Iron Squadron, with the kids and the YT 2400.
Yes.
The fact that Kanan's at the controls of the guns. Obviously, Kanan's blind, so he is using the Force superbly to destroy TIE fighters in space.
Yeah.
So I'm liking that angle of it. I like where that's going.
Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I wanted to progress. I want to progress in this universe, in this storytelling. Now, this kind of does because, they're salvaging, proton bombs that they need. Um, but I want to see some new characters like we did in the last episode, because Iron Squadron, that was fun. That was a fun little, here are some new characters. Let's stop rehashing. If we're going to rehash, then bring us, bring us characters from Alderaan, bring us characters, from Rogue, some of these characters that we don't know who they are. We don't need Jin. We don't need, but give us some of these other characters that are already a part of the rebellion. Let's see the rebellion more. I know they keep saying, oh, it's secret this and it's secret that, and we only have these contacts, and we've got a couple of characters that are tied in, but let's go to an actual rebel base. Let's get Mon Mothra. Let's get some of these other characters that are talking about what's going to happen. I mean, I know we have some episodes coming up. You've got next episode, we've got an Inside Man. This is where they're talking about they're looking for information of a new Imperial weapon. Okay. Is this Imperial weapon they're talking about the Death Star, or is it something completely different? I don't know. I want to see some building of this universe instead of, like you said, these side stories.
Right. Well, what I do like is, we had that episode of, with the Iron Squadron, and the main character there in the ship, the pilot, reminded me a lot of Dash Rendar. And of course, he was brash, he was cocky, a lot like Dash was in the original canon. And of course, he's flying a YT 2400, exactly like Dash Rendar did. And the fact that they were able to salvage the ship, rescue him and the ship itself, and get back to their main base there. To me, it kind of points to maybe they're using some of the original characters as templates, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, to really bring some new blood into it. Granted, it's a rehash of a character, but I mean, at least they're bringing something new to the plate, and that's what I like. So far, season 3 has been okay. I like the introduction of some of the characters, Thrawn being the biggest one. I'm a huge fan of Thrawn, and so I'm hoping they continue. And there's a lot more episodes left in this season, so I'm hoping it does improve.
Yeah, I do too. But some of the things that I hope that they improve on too are these threads that they've left open. We brought in Wedge. Let's see him in action. Let's see why he's one of the top pilots. So on some mission, that we get to tie in with Ghost, and I don't know. I just want to see a little bit more. I want to see more characters. this was a fun episode. There was some good jokes in the episode. But I would like to see some other stuff tied in. You know, um, there's still, like you said, this Darth Maul connection that needs to be dealt with. There's still threads of Ahsoka. What's going on there? Um, is she gone? Is she not gone? That kind of thing.
Well, we got a good teaser of it, in the finale of last season, and
Mm,
it all appears to that she survived. To what extent we don't know.
exactly.
And so I like the fact that they are giving that kind of teaser. And I'm hoping that she does survive completely. To what extent, like I've said, I don't know. Um, we've all seen the original trilogy. We know we don't see uh, really any of these characters within the original trilogy, and we only see some of them after this. So, in some of the books. So, I mean, the entire universe is being rewritten.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping.
Yeah. So am I. I mean, um, I know this stuff has all been outlined, with where they want to go. Filoni is stepping to go do something else, but his backup person has been there pretty much from the beginning. So I'm hoping we don't see things start to slip. Um, they are fun episodes, but like you said, I want more. I just want a little bit more. They're trying to build this universe that is cohesive, but I want pieces that show me it's a cohesive universe. Because right now it does kind of feel like it's a standalone series, like it's not attached to anything.
Right.
There are those little tidbits, but I really want to see either some characters or at least start mentioning some characters' names. You know,
Yeah, I
um,
think because this we discussed this I think a couple weeks ago how this is a really long season. I think as the season progresses, we will see more. We're both hoping for that. I'm sure a lot of you out there are also hoping for this. It's not only the cool Star Wars action we're hoping to see, but it's also the storyline.
yeah,
Bring us the storyline. Let the storyline continue. Let's get more involved. Let's figure out that maybe it was Obi-Wan Kenobi that Darth Maul was so fixated on twin suns and taking off in his starship.
yeah, that's right.
Uh, let's hope for a final battle between the two, something. But yeah, let's see this play out. Let's see how ingenious Thrawn really is, and the way he plays things out. I mean, I'm loving that. I'm loving the character. How they're pretty much sticking true to the original concept of Thrawn, and I hope that they do. I hope they don't dumb him up towards the end to get rid of him. They would just do the character injustice, and I would just be super pissed. That would just suck.
Yeah, I agree.
So
yeah, but I mean, who knows? Who knows what they do? It's been a fun ride. I do enjoy it. Like any show, there are some good ones, there are some not so good ones. Um, let's just hope after the, let's just say, fall finale, that it picks up a little bit more, because Rogue would have already come out when it comes, back. Because we're getting 11 episodes. The first season, and let's see what happens when they pick up on the second half, because we've
that's
got
that's what I'm personally hoping for, is that we're going to see Rogue One, and then when they come back after the first of the year with the rest of the season, we're going to see something that's been changed.
yeah,
So that's what I'm hoping for.
yeah, I am too. I'm hoping that we get a little bit more after the fact, and then they start pulling some things in and tying it in. Um, unless our time frame is off. Where are we in the timeline? Are we just before Rogue, and then once Rogue hits, then are we at Rogue and then after Rogue? I mean, I'm not quite sure exactly where we are.
Well, things are pointing that it's leading up to Rogue One.
Mhm.
The dialogue's there. So that's what I have interpreted. So let's hope that maybe it is. That way we do see some cool stuff right afterwards.
Mhm.
Or maybe we're just, we're completely off and we're that far out from it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense though to do this. It would drive a lot better, in my opinion, if it stayed consistent. So, but we'll see. We'll see after the first year when it comes back. So,
Yeah, it would be
uh,
nice.
if
You
you
know,
guys want us, once this we break for winter, and we're gonna keep doing the show obviously every week. But once these shows break, if there's something out there you want to spoil it, let us know.
yeah, absolutely, because there's a lot of content out there that we can jump on, whether it's a new show, whether even if it's an old show, and we go back and start watching something. You had mentioned in our constant collectible show for what you're watching, you're going back and watching The Office. Maybe we can find something, maybe something nostalgic, maybe something, I don't know, might be kind of fun to do something current and something old. I don't know.
Yeah,
It'd be
we'll get
kind of
together.
interesting.
So,
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm with you, Chad. If you guys out there who are watching, of a show that you think we should be checking out, because like I said, there's a ton out there. Let us know either in the comments, send us an email at constantcollectible@gmail.com. You can tweet me, C_collectible. You can send a letter to Jack, and he'll eventually answer it.
yeah, we will.
Whatever however you need to get a hold of us, let us know, and then let us know what you guys think of this. I know we didn't spoil a whole lot. We'll probably spoil a whole lot more
Next
another
week.
time,
Yeah.
and we will be back next week. I'm Simon. You can find me at Constant Collectible, and mention some other stuff if you can. Chad, where can they find you?
Chad Goody Goodwin. You can find me on Twitter at Chad Griffin 12. You can also find me on Instagram at DJ Kilt, and of course at our website, constantcollectible.com. Come visit us. Let us know what you think.
Yep, come by, say hello. Thanks for watching. We will be back next week with another episode of Spoil It for the season finale of Westworld. Man. And then we'll be picking it up with Star Wars Rebels. And thanks for watching. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you soon.
Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody.